Like, how was I able to achieve my yearly goals in other 6 months, except they were small goals? Hello, Joyfully Hadiza here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about personal development, self-improvement, and all-round intentional living. This sounds like something you'll be interested in. Remember to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I release a video. Today, I'll be sharing 4 goal setting mistakes that I made this year, and to help you save time, I've added timestamps in the description. It's almost the end of the year, and for most of us, this is when we introspect, take in the year, and plan for next year. And that is why I thought it the best time to come on here and share 4 goal setting mistakes that I made so that you can hear my mistakes and avoid repeating them. Truth is, setting goals and following through on them can be a lot. And it's easy for it to get frustrating or just extra overwhelming. Because whether you like it or not, you'll not be able to achieve all of the goals you set out to achieve every single time. Worst, if you make goal setting mistakes like I did this year. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first goal setting mistake that I made this year was setting too many goals that were outside my sphere of control. Sphere of control, also known as zone of control, also known as span of control, is everything within a system that we can change on our own. So yeah, the first major mistake that I made this year was setting too many goals that were just outside my sphere of control. These goals were just tied to factors beyond my control. So quick story. One of the major goals that I set for this year was I wanted to graduate this year. And I was really excited to end 2022 as a pharmacist. But ASU, that's the Academic Staff Union of Universities, went on strike in February and only called it off in October. Yeah, that's 78 months worth of strike. Such a drag. I had planned out what I wanted to wear for my graduation dinner. I had planned out what I wanted to wear for my oath taking. I had even rehearsed the testimony I wanted to give in church when I actually graduated. To make matters worse, most of the other goals that I had set for 2022 were either tied to me actually becoming a pharmacist or tied to me being in school. And in retrospect, I wish I had known to set less goals that were outside my sphere of control. Now, I know it's almost impossible to swear off goals outside your sphere of control completely, but I think that reducing their number, it's a very good start. The second goal setting mistake I made this year was not guiding my heart or being more flexible with my goals. So around May, April this year, I soon realized that I wouldn't be able to achieve most of the goals that I set out to achieve this year, e.g. graduating. And it was extra frustrating because it had nothing to do with my dedication or willingness to work hard or competence. It was just because I had set too many goals that were tied to factors beyond my control. But even though I could clearly see that I wouldn't be able to achieve most of these goals, it took me a long time before I was able to change course and set new goals. I spent a lot of time talking about how I wouldn't be able to achieve most of these goals, talking about how I would have to make room in 2023 to accommodate these goals, and I was just losing my mind and wasting time, if I'm being honest. And in retrospect, I wish I was kinder to myself. I wish I knew to guard my heart and not tie my happiness to achieving goals. I wish that I was more flexible with my goals. Like, I realized I wasn't going to be able to achieve them in May. But then it took me till September to be able to set new goals and just let go. The third goal setting mistake that I made this year was not practicing successive approximation religiously. Successive approximation in psychology is a method of shaping operant behavior by reinforcing responses similar to desired behavior. So at the beginning of the experiment, every response roughly approximating desired behavior is reinforced. But later on, only responses closely approximating desired behavior is reinforced. So let's say you're a researcher and you're trying to train a rat on how to press a lever. At the beginning of the experiment, you would reward the rat every time it makes any movement at all. But as this experiment goes on, you'd only reward the rat anytime it makes movement towards the lever. Later on, you'll only reward the rat every time it places its paw on the lever. As time goes on, only when it actually presses the lever. That's successive approximation. Now, coming down to goal setting. Let's say you set a goal to wake up at 5 a.m., but right now you wake up at 8 a.m. So every time you wake up at a time earlier than 8 a.m., at the beginning, you reward yourself. When you move to 7 a.m., you reward yourself. Later on, you only reward yourself when you've moved to 6 a.m. up until you start waking up by 5 a.m. This right here It took my goal setting from like level 1 to level, literally. And one of the major mistakes I made this year was not practicing it religiously. So fun fact, apart from my goal of graduating from school and all the other goals that I had set that were tied to me actually graduating from school or being in school, I was able to achieve all the remaining goals that I had set in under 6 months. Now, I know this is probably debatable. I'm probably reaching right now, but you'd agree with me there's a little bit sauce that I was able to achieve my yearly goals in under 6 months. Like, how was I able to achieve my yearly goals in under 6 months, except they were small goals? Exactly. So as a bonus, I thought to share common goal setting mistakes that people make on a general. So common goal setting mistakes that I think people make in a general are: 1, not setting SMART goals. That is, not setting goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So a major example that I like to use is, let's say you're trying to lose weight. A specific goal will look like you saying, I want to lose 15 pounds or I want to lose 20 pounds. Measurable. After the time that you've allocated to that goal, would you be able to tell that you've achieved that goal? Achievable. I know you've probably read that it's achievable to lose 15 pounds, but then think about it. Does your current reality allow you to be able to achieve 15 pounds? Think about your diet, think about your exercise regime, think about your lifestyle. Is it sedentary or is it not? You get? Relevant. Is your goal relevant to you? Like, in my opinion, if you're underweight, trying to lose weight isn't relevant. Time bound. Under what time frame do you intend to achieve this goal? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? Second, setting too many goals. 3, not reviewing or evaluating your goals. I am convinced that a major mistake that most people make is not reviewing or evaluating their goals. Like, literally, for most of us, the last time we went through the goals that we set for 2022 was when we set them. Don't be like most of us. 4, not properly highlighting your milestones. So let's say your milestones for waking up early would look like moving from 8 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then from 6 a.m. to 5 a.m., something like that. Or your academic milestones could be you moving from C grades to B grades or from B grades to A grades. 5, not setting goals for each area of their lives that's important to them, and so on. So yeah, I'm thinking of making a comprehensive video where I just share common goal setting mistakes that I think that people make and go into how to avoid making these mistakes. This sounds like something you're interested in, let me know in the comment section. So yeah, I've reached the end of this video. This is 4 goal setting mistakes that I made this year. What did you think about them? If you liked this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you've reached this point in this video and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? So yeah, until next time, I'm rooting for you. I have to wait. The third goal setting mistake that I made this year was not practicing shaping operant behavior by reinforcing responses. For instance, let's say you're a researcher that is trying to train a rat to place. I don't believe you said place. The sphere of control. I know it's almost